better way to row. Hey team, thanks for checking in for the next Kilograms Kilometers podcast and getting into or continuing this week's theme of better ways to brace. The dumbbell row is one of the, I would say probably the easiest adjustment in terms of what people are doing, on a regular basis in their routine. And so often, when single arm dumbbell rows are programmed, or when someone sends me a video, they kind of go to the default of resting their knee on the bench. And I definitely a version that I've used. I think probably in the last however many years, 15 plus years, I've deviated away from that so much. I almost forget that that's even kind of an entryway into it. But nonetheless, in terms of dumbbell rows and bracing, it's get your knee off of the bench. And the 3 points of contact, so left foot, right foot, and then your non-lifting hand. So if I'm rowing with my right arm, left hand is anchored on the bench, both feet are down, and even beyond that, both feet are even. Again, with that, people tend to offset their foot, so if they're pulling with their right arm, that right foot drops back, allowing that left foot to create a more stable, base. But setting both feet back even, so even stance, and then the non-working hand is supporting. Just one, it lengthens the lever, it lengthens our body. Right, stagger our feet, we've got closer support, but when feet are even, it lengthens it out. And then once you get that non-working shoulder anchored and set, i.e. draw it down, pinch a newspaper or towel under your armpit, one, it engages more of the upper body, kind of locks that shoulder in, protects it a little bit better. And then, just kind of engages more of the trunk, or the cores, as we often refer to it, and gets it more stable. Then from there, that setup is going to influence more downward rotation of the working side. So again, if I'm pulling with the right side, that even stance setup is going to try and pull that right shoulder down. So now again, we've got to work harder to pull that shoulder up, keep it square, and then as I'm rowing, right, your midsection, the trunk is really working against that urge to rotate. Less experienced lifters are going to rotate. They're going to pull that right shoulder up to quote unquote cheat a little bit, or shorten the range that they actually need to pull. I can lift that right shoulder, the dumbbell comes higher, it feels like it's moving, but in essence I'm not engaging that lat like is my primary goal. So in terms of building our bracing, or getting our bracing work outside of just typical crunches and sit-ups, right, that's one simple way to do it right there. And it pulls that bracing, that core training into a more functional position, i.e. if you're in a combatives or contact situation, somebody's trying to turn you, rotate you, or you're in a fixed position, right, then it's a lot easier, a lot more natural just to kind of engage in that movement a bit. So just one example. We'll keep going, keep sharing as the week goes on. If you have any questions about that specifically, hit us up, let us know. Otherwise, as we say, have a great day, keep the week rolling, and let's keep working.